All right, so we have got the OneTigris TP canvas hot tent. Now I've had this thing out 10-15 times so far this season. Love it. You can't beat the price. This thing retails for around $400. It definitely does have some cons to it though. I'm gonna get it set up. We'll talk a little bit about it once we're kind of inside out of the snow. It's definitely not a fast pitch. Okay, so it's not perfect. That's one problem I find with the TP style tent. If you're not on perfectly level ground, you chase it round and round and pulling it tight. There's always one side of the tent that's always a bit off, a little higher. This does have adjustable straps on all the pegs, so it does help making minor adjustments. But for now, we're gonna call this good. I'm gonna go around and guy off all the tie points. It gives you a lot more space inside, and with the winds tonight, we're definitely gonna want it. So I'm gonna turn you guys off for now. I'm gonna guy this all out, and I will bring you back when it's time to start setting up all the gear. Alright guys, we are inside and out of that snow. It's starting to snow pretty good out there. So we're definitely going to need those guy lines. So first piece of gear I got for you all, the OneTigris Cot. You'll notice I have a lot of OneTigris gear. A reason being, great gear, pretty inexpensive for what you get. Like I said, this canvas tent is right around the $400 mark. You cannot find another canvas tent around there for that price. Stitching is beautiful. Everything about it is pretty rock solid, minus the few issues I'll show you in a little bit here. Now, the cot I wouldn't call inexpensive. It's about 180, 190 bucks, right around 11 pounds. So, you know, you wouldn't want to go backpacking with it. Canoe camping, sure. Car camping, for sure. Winter camping, I've got my pull sled I just pull behind me, so I don't really mind the extra weight for the comfort. It's super important to get off the ground when you're winter camping. Like, I know a lot of people, they put down their tarp, they put down, you know, closed foam sleeping pad and another sleeping pad. I find the cot just keeps you right around that thermal layer. So when you have the stove going, all the heat, it goes up. Clearly, we all know this. So you get this cold spot from about mid down that it's cold. I have a couple fans that I'm going to set up to counteract that so it stays really nice in here. But when you're down here, you're not getting the benefit of the stove. That's why you want to get up. Now that's done, you can see it's super firm and stable. You can set it up like that, just like this, if you want to be a little lower, a little more headroom. I like to be higher. I keep it so warm in here that I don't get condensation, so I don't mind being against the wall a little bit. So that's just me though, to each their own. Oops. And you're done. Just like that. It feels nice to sit down. I'll tell you what, guys, I am wet. It is super mild right now. You know, maybe 1 below 0 Celsius. It's supposed to get to -20 tonight, give or take. So being this wet is usually not a good idea, especially when the temps drop like that. Luckily, we're going to be hot and cozy in this tent. The snow is just so wet. Anyways, yep, there you have the OneTigris Cot. It's pretty comfy. I like to sleep firm, so it has a lot of firmness to it. Great for people with back problems like myself. I will be putting down a Thermarest closed cell and then another self-inflating mat on top to keep me warm. You gotta have a warm sleep system. So I'm gonna set up the stove next, and before I pull anything else out, we are gonna go find some firewood and light it up because I need to start drying off here. So we'll get the stove set up. We have the Winnerwell Nomad Small. Awesome stove, as people call it, the poor man's G stove, which is true. It's like a G stove. It's definitely not as expensive as a G stove. I think I paid $4.50 from Amazon. You know, it came in 2 days. It is great. It is fantastic quality, but I'm going to move you guys over so I can show you what I'm working with. All right, so the Winnerwell Nomad Medium. So, covered in snow. All stainless steel, fantastic quality. I love everything about it. I don't have any negatives for it. So, pick her up. We got these folding down legs that are very secure. Everything you need is stored inside the stove. You got an ash scraper, 5 sections of chimney. Now, they're 12 inches long each. I myself had to go purchase 2 separate pipes just to get me a bit higher. This tent is 6.8 feet rather tall. So, you know, 5 feet of pipe just wasn't enough. Now, that being said, each pipe section's only $12, $13. Not breaking the bank at all. So inside, you've got a grate to keep your wood and coals up off the belly of the stove. Your first pipe section has a damper. So it's a double damper stove. You've got one on the face, one on the chimney. So you can really control the draw, really control your rate of burn. It's really, really cool. So, section 1, and they just feed in like so. Section 2. Three. 4, they're in a desperate need of a clean, that's for sure. 5, get me through my stove jack here. And 6 and 7 for outside. Now, what this also comes with, that stores inside one of your chimney sections, is a pretty little nifty spark arrestor. Highly recommend using a spark arrestor. This being canvas, it doesn't burn as easy as nylon. I have used some nylon tents that I have definitely put some pretty decent sized holes in. So always use one. Comes with it. It fits into your last section on top, and you've got these wires to guy it out for a super windy day. We'll probably do that. I normally don't. You know, you have play in a chimney, especially with the heat. It's gonna move around a bit. But with super high winds, we definitely don't want that coming down on top of us tonight. So I'm gonna poke my head out the tent, throw these last 2 sections on, and then we're gonna go get some firewood. Just like that. So let's go get some firewood now. I spotted a standing dead elm tree across the ways here that will be perfect for our needs tonight. That I am super excited about. So this is my new piece of gear that I'm very excited to use. Has not been used yet. Is the Hultafors Aby Axe. So this was expensive. We're looking at $250. It's handmade in Sweden. Fantastic axes. Nice leather sheath. Perfect size for a little forest axe. Now, it is from Sweden. I call it the Aby, A-B-Y, but I'm fairly confident it's pronounced something different. So, not Aby. It's the oboe, something along those lines. I don't know, so I'm just going to call it the Aby like everyone else. So look at that. Beautiful, beautiful axe. Almost has the shape of a carpenter's axe. You got that nice cutout up here that you can really choke up on. Doing some carving. It's going to be great. So I'm going to hike across the field and give it a try and chop down a elm tree. Well, folks, let me tell you, it's about an 8-inch tree. I wasn't putting hardly any effort into those swings. Soft, controlled swings, key. That fell perfectly right where I wanted it to. This axe, what a beaut. What a beaut. 1.5 pound head, so you're about 2.1 pounds total. I would almost bring this on a hiking trip with me. 2 pounds is a bit much though. But Lord, is that ever cut nice. You'll see not a single mark on that edge. Well, I shouldn't say that. There is one right down here. But that came from factory. I've been meaning to give axeman.ca an email about it. You know, they're hand forged, no big deal. I'm not angry. I just think if you're spending, $300 with shipping and taxes, you expect the grind from the factory to be perfect. Perfect. Anyway, super pleased. It's starting to snow real heavy out here. So I'm gonna turn you guys off. I'm gonna take my saw, buck it up into more manageable lengths, drag it to camp, and I will bring you back. Ooh, Lord, is that snowing. Beautiful, beautiful. That coffee is perking just beautiful. It is just about ready, guys. I am super stoked. As I said, dying for coffee. Sorry, let me get you situated there. Okay. Whew. Actually getting pretty warm in here now. Now for the next piece of gear, we've got, you guessed it, another OneTigris gem. The OneTigris camp table. Now, I used to think it was the funniest thing in the world seeing people bring tables camping, but it's really growing on me. So, it's pretty light, just under 3 pounds. Packs down fairly small. I had it in my backpack here, actually. So you got all these legs. And it is handy to have a table. Handy, handy. Now, cooking, putting your coffee down, propping up your phone to watch some movies late at night. It's just great. So you got the base there. Oh, Lord. You've got the top pieces. Clip in like so. Little mesh basket that goes underneath to store some stuff. I'll put battery banks, stuff like that in the bottom. It's handy. It saves it from laying in the snow. Oh, look at that, to biff that. Hold on. There we go. Wrong way. Plug that back up. Wahoo! Clip your top portion in. And there you have it. Instant table. I mean, it's super stable. Like, obviously I can pick it up, move it around. You just place it wherever is best. That looks like a good spot right there. And you have one functioning table. So that coffee is good to go, I think. So I'm gonna dig up my mug sugar here. Spoon. And grab my mug. Try to get a bit organized here. Oh, it is getting cozy. It is getting cozy. Won't be too long before I start drying off. Still a bit damp from all that snow. Here we have it. Now, this mug I take with me everywhere now. You can see Tyler and Nicole. Adventure awaits. How sweet is that? Now, Nicole had this made up for us for our first ever camping trip together, which was a river trip down the Black River in Muskoka. It was a blast. I think we were gone for 4 days, but she had these made for us, and now, no matter what adventure I'm doing, solo, with my friends, my family, or Nicole, I always bring my mug. It's the little things always that make the best gifts. You know, I'm at that age now. I'm 36. I have a lot of stuff. I buy my own stuff. Gifts like these really, really get you right in the heartstrings. Thanks always, baby. I love you. Gonna have thousands of coffees in this thing. Speaking of which, oh yeah. Hope you can see that. Oh, it could be a little darker, but it's still gonna be good. Oh, yeah. Ooh, does that smell good? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the stuff. One thing I get asked a lot by friends, family, random people I've met on hikes and my river trips. I normally go solo, and they always ask, like, being by yourself, do you get scared out there? Do you know, are you nervous ever? The answer is yes, of course. Now, anyone who says no, they're lying to you. Now, obviously right now, I'm not scared to sit here in the tent, but I guarantee you, no matter who you are, no matter how experienced you are, no matter how many trips you've been on, you get an animal outside your tent, like a bear, and you can hear him sniffing and grunting on the sides of your tent. It just stops that heart. Oh Lord, I've had that happen once to me, and man, is it ever scary. Now, nothing happened. Clearly, I made a bit of noise, I yelled, I screamed, and he ran away. Most part, black bears are cowards. Cowards. You know, twice in my life I've encountered a mama with her cubs, and both times she took off and left them. Like, just gone as soon as they saw me. Now, that might not always happen, but in my experience, that is what has happened. Now, when you get into places like Algonquin Park, you know, places that are camper every night of the summer, there's someone there. You get habitual animals, bears that know where the food is. They will always come back. So people who aren't diligent in hanging their food, keeping a clean campsite, the bears are drawn to it. And those are the bears that, sadly, are the ones that get shot, that cause problems, that do attack people. It's because they lose their fear of people. So make sure when you're camping, I mean, the winter, I can cook in here, I can eat, the bears are sleeping, not a big deal. But you make sure in the summer you practice proper camp etiquette. It's so important. But yes, I'm rambling. I do get nervous in the bush when I'm by myself. It's just human nature. Does it stop me? Never. Never. I can count on one hand how many times I've encountered animals of the sort that I would be afraid to be around. And that's 30 plus years of camping. So don't be afraid to get out there. Don't be afraid to be by yourself. Just be smart and you'll be fine. Now, on that note, no, I don't carry guns. I don't carry rifles. I don't condemn those who do. If that's what you need to do to feel safe, you go right ahead and do that. As long as it's legal. But I don't. I practice proper camp etiquette. Anyway, I am going to sit here, enjoy the fire, have my coffee, and I will bring you guys back if something interesting happens. I lost my clicker, so I'm going to have to manually turn you off. Whoop! Alright guys, I am settling in here quite nicely. I brought a bit more wood in. I got some drying racks set up. I am comfortable, cozy. Thought I would crack open a drink here and talk a little bit more about the gear I brought with me. Oh yeah, ice cold. So a few things I've done differently this year than last is the fans. Now, I've got a fan hung from the ridge here. This thing is really lightweight. Really lightweight. I wasn't expecting much from it. Being a cheap Amazon order, I think I paid $25 for it. But it's been great. It has a runtime, if I can remember correctly, right around 26 hours on low, which is great. You know, if you're going for multiple days, you can charge it up with a battery bank, USB rechargeable. It helps a lot with pushing that heat down in the ridge and keeping it way warmer down here. Like plenty warm. I just have the stove dampered off and it's 18.5 degrees in here right now, which is quite comfortable. I could lose these snow pants anytime, but they're just drying on my body. So there is that. It's got a remote control, believe it or not. So you can turn fan on. It's got a light you can turn on or off. It's got timer, so if you go to bed and you want to just run the fan for a bit, 5 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, anything you want. Great purchase, super happy with it. I can't believe how good it is for how cheap it is. I don't even know the make of it. It's called Model X fan. Another inexpensive purchase that I found has helped is this other fan. Stove fan, heat activated, so no batteries. It moves quite a bit of air. I like to point it at my wood pile during the day. Helps dry it out a bit. At night, I tend to turn it directly towards my cot, and I find that pushes the warm air directly under me. So yeah, this season I found much warmer. Plus the canvas, the stove, it's a great setup. Now the stove, you know, I gotta load every 45 minutes if I'm running it hot. Or I can get about an hour and a half if I damp it way down, but you're not staying super warm when it's damped right off. Now that's obviously burning hardwood. This elm burns a lot quicker than maple, so I'll probably load it a bit more often tonight. I will burn the stove when I sleep. I know a lot of people don't. I'm really not too concerned about CO poisoning. You got your top vents, there's vents around the bottom, and I mean, these aren't airtight structures. I mean, the fabric breathes, so, you know, I've been doing it for years, and I'm really not concerned about CO. Now, by all means, you can get little battery-powered CO detectors that you can bring with you if you're not feeling comfortable with sleeping with a burning stove. Or, like a lot of people do, just let it go out once you hit the hay, and rely on your sleeping bag and sleep system to keep you warm throughout the night. I have a -34 Mountain Hardwear Lamina, so it's pretty much good for anything this area can throw at me. I've rarely seen it colder than -30. I have used it in just a straight nylon 4-season tent, no stove, and I slept fine. There was a lot of condensation in that tent. But yeah, burn it, don't burn it, your choice. As you can see, this strange thing going up my center pole. It's actually an LED rope light. I like to leave it on at night. You'll see it tonight when it's a bit darker. Just enough light that I can wake up, throw wood in the stove, and not have to fumble around with my headlamp, anything like that. Oh, thought I heard something. Anyway, yeah, that's my setup. We got the OneTigris Cot, we got the Winnerwell Nomad, we got the OneTigris table, the OneTigris canvas tent, that beautiful axe. I also, with the axe, run a Boreal 21 saw, which is a fantastic little folding saw. I'll probably show it to you guys at some point. It's outside in the wood pile right now. I'm gonna have some of this drink and relax, keep feeding this fire. It is getting pretty windy out there. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it or not. Still snowing. This tent is rock solid. It is doing a great job. I'm gonna kick back and relax, have my beer, and we will see you guys in a little bit. It is dinner time. It is 5:30 and we are gonna make some food. Now, I had planned on making a lovely pasta dish, but unfortunately I forgot all my chopped veggies and crushed garlic at home in the fridge. So for dinner, we are going to have some udon noodles with some bouillon cubes. Bouillon? Bouillon. That's gonna be great. So we are gonna boil some water, dissolve those cubes, and basically have some noodles in broth. Alright, I'm gonna let this simmer and cook for a few minutes. I'll bring it back when it's dinner time. Hopefully it's edible. Alright, dinner is ready. Guys, it smells like Play-Doh in here now. I just went outside to use the washroom, came back in, and it literally smells like Play-Doh. So this is the end result. You got some big old chunky noodles and some broth. We're gonna eat it up. I'm gonna let it cool for a second. It's actually pretty damn hot. It smells so bad. Oh man. That's that kind of tastes like Play-Doh. Tastes like Play-Doh, smells like Play-Doh. It's super chewy. Like, I don't think I overcooked them. It's only been a few minutes on boil here. I mean, it is what it is. My fault. Forgot the vegetables. Maybe I should have brought, you know, your standard pasta or like a penne. Something. But I don't have much food with me, so I'm going to eat this and not complain. The second bite's a little better. Maybe it's one of those acquired tastes. Whew, that's hot. Well, I'm sure you guys would love to hear me making gross slurping noises. I'm going to turn the camera off for now. I'm going to eat this. Probably hang a light up. It's going to get dark here in a little bit. Guys, it is about 8:30 at night here, and I am just getting ready to turn in. Got everything set up for the night. We got just about enough wood to get us through the night and enough for coffee tomorrow in the morning. So here is that rope light I was talking about. Should give me just enough light to feed that stove and keep it going all night so we can stay cozy and warm. Let me just get you guys positioned on the tripod here. There. So I got my sleeping bag out. I'm ready to just relax and veg out, watch a movie, snack on some chips in bed. I do have my Snug Pack jungle blanket with me. 0 degrees rating. I find, you know, when I'm just lounging around in the hot tent, I don't like to crawl into the bag right away. Now, it's a mummy, it's tight, it's not a lot of room to move around, so just lay on top, nice and soft and warm, blanket, relax, watch some videos, and just have a great night. I am going to turn in. It is a balmy 18 degrees in here still. I'm not going to complain about that. When I go lay down, I'll probably let it cool down a bit. Probably keep it around anywhere from 10 to 15 in here. That way I'm only waking up every hour and a half to load the stove opposed to every 40 minutes. Now, I find, I don't need to set an alarm. My biological clock, automatically, I just kind of wake up, roll over, grab a stick, throw it in, back asleep. My body's used to it at this point. It's just second nature. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed. I will bring you all back in the morning. We'll have some coffee. We will break down camp and get out of here. It is going to be a nice, relaxing night. Oh, good morning, everyone. Oh, it's about 9 o'clock. I slept in pretty good. Oh, it's pretty cold outside. just checked my phone. It's -18, the wind chill -21, or 15 degrees inside, so not too bad. Kept the stove running all night. I didn't count how many times I had to feed it, but it was a lot. You know, every hour and a half or so. Oh. Now it's time for the terrible part of packing up camp. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna brew a coffee. While I'm doing that, I'm going to start packing up my stuff inside. We'll drop the tent. We'll hike on out of here. Oh. Alright, I'm getting up. I'm getting up. Oh. Oh. I'm gonna get dressed, prep some coffee, and I'll bring you guys back for my morning coffee before we pack up. Coffee is boiling. I cannot wait. That is going to be a great cup of coffee. While that's getting strong, I'm going to start packing up my stuff. Yeah. Excuse me, guys. I tried the ridge fan out on medium last night just to see how it was, if it was moving a lot more air, and it died at some point in the middle of the night. So my guess is, you know, maybe 10 hours on medium. So you're better off just to keep it on low, because it definitely makes a difference. Makes a big difference. Like I said, I slept pretty good. I find with this sleeping bag, the Lamina, it's a -34. I'd say that's the extreme. Probably -20 to -25 for comfort range. I find I always have to stuff something in the toe box. So this was actually a gift to me years ago, and it was purchased as a long. And I'm a fairly short guy. We're 5'8", so that toe box has just a ton of dead space. It's super long. So I always stuff all my dry clothes, my extra blankets in the toe box to take up that extra space. Last night I actually threw 2 hot paws in the bottom. It kept my feet pretty warm all night. I know most people will boil water in their Nalgene and stick them in there, but I don't know. There's something about putting water in my sleeping bag in the winter that I'm just not comfortable with. Even though I know it's not going to leak, just a fear I have. Anyway. There was this herd of wild turkeys nearby, and they were just making noise all night. Oh, it's cool to hear, but man, were they loud. Had to have been quite a few of them. They were just going at it. Ugh. Alright, folks. I'm going to enjoy this coffee. I'm going to enjoy the silence for a little while longer. Then I'm going to get out of here. I could record me breaking down camp. It's not much to see, so I probably won't. I'll probably leave you guys here. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, if you have any questions or comments, feel free. If you have any questions about the gear, I'll happily answer them for you. Later on in the season, I think I'll be doing more review-based trips as well. Maybe just straight up review videos. I have a lot of gear, and it's something I will keep getting a lot of. It's a problem. I just can't stop buying camping gear. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. You guys have a fantastic day. We'll see you next time.